Good evening, Democrats. I hope you never get tired of hearing that, because you're going to hear it a lot. It is my great pleasure tonight to have the opportunity to introduce a truly great American, a great Democrat, but a great American. Senator Russ Feingold has been an independent voice for Wisconsin and the nation in the U.S. Senate. He's a respected leader. He's respected by both parties because of his acumen, because of his intelligence, and because he knows how to take strong positions and deliver. Most of us know him because his name gets tagged onto the McCain-Feingold Act, and it's not just a tag-on. He's the one who shepherded that act through in the face of huge opposition, some within his own party. Now he has the Progressive Patriots Fund, which is a PAC that's one of the leadership PACs that have been formed around the country to promote a progressive reform agenda and support candidates across the country who believe in that kind of an agenda. He's going to help the Democratic Party elect the kinds of people that we all can be proud of to claim as Democrats. I know I'm proud to claim as a Democratic brother, a wonderful man, a fabulous senator, a true American. I give you Senator Russ Feingold.
How you doing? Thank you very much for inviting me. Thank you, Democracy for Tennessee, for asking me to be here. It's part of, I believe it's your first conference, right? And this is just an inspiring thing to see this organization come together. Thanks to Howard Dean for his leadership. And his innovation in the last campaign, and his current leadership and hard work as the head of the DNC. And I want to thank your local chairman, Mark Nacarado, for all his hard work and for being willing to give me a chance to come down here and be part of this program. You sure picked a good chairman for your Democratic Party here in the state. I've watched this guy for 2 days. Bob Tuke is dynamite. And if I were the Republicans, I would be very, very concerned. He's got the spirit of Tennessee Democrat in him, and I am very happy to have the chance to work with all of you. I also want you to know that I remember when I first came to the United States Senate in 1993, there was a guy that was heading over to be vice president, Tennessee Senator, Democrat. There was a guy sitting next to me on the Foreign Relations Committee, Tennessee Democrat, Harlan Matthews. There was a chairman of the Budget Committee who I was supporting for Majority Leader of the United States Senate, Jim Sasser. Tennessee had all kinds of Democratic senators. Next year, you got to make sure that Tennessee ends up with a Democratic senator, and you got to make it happen, and I'm going to help you make it happen. Now, I may not sound like it, and Bob already tipped it off, but I have real Tennessee roots. My mother was born in St. Joseph's Hospital in Memphis. She passed away this year, but she was born there 86 years ago and lived the first 10 years of her life in Memphis. And that gives me a special feeling, and she was not an Elvis Presley fan, but my older sister Nancy was. And as a little kid, I basically learned every one of those songs. So when it was time in this three-way race to get some attention, nobody had any idea who I was. 3 weeks before the primary, one of my opponents was at 42%, one was at 40%, and I was at 9%. And we ran an ad with Elvis endorsing me. And the other two guys were beating up on each other, so they said, well, you know, is there anybody else out there running? These guys aren't behaving very well. And there I am with this picture of Elvis with his arm around me on this ad. So the whole rest of the campaign, hey, Russ, where's Elvis? Whenever I go to a parade. Hey, whatever works. And it worked in this campaign. I also want you to know that I've worked closely with your Democratic members of Congress, some of them Blue Dogs, and I do want you to know that the Blue Dog organization was critical to my victory, our victory in campaign finance reform, and to our victory with President Clinton of showing the Republicans which party could balance the country's budget. It was the Democratic Party that did that, and it was George Bush that threw away the deficit. Remember that, and thank your blue dog Democrats, who we may not always agree with on every issue, but you know it's part of the Big Ten. It's part of getting a majority in the House and the Senate, which we absolutely have to do. Now, in all candor, I'm a little different than some of the other philosophies in the Congress. I'm a Wisconsin progressive. Well, we think that's a good thing. And I have come down here to help democracy for Tennessee because you remind me of Wisconsin progressives. As Bob said, I've created a new organization called the Progressive Patriots Fund. And I want to have that organization work with your organization to complement it and to basically begin with this principle, that my organization rejects the idea of red versus blue states. We throw it out. We are going to go and be in every one of the 50 states of this great nation, and we will fight and contest every one of them. I remember when I first ran for the state Senate, people asked me, okay, Russ, are you going to concede Richland County or are you going to concede Sauk County? Those are Republican counties. And I realized right then that you never, ever concede a single place because it says something about you. It says that you don't care about those people. Of course, that's not true. When I met the board of directors of this organization, they were from all over the state of Tennessee. And it shows that you understand that here in Tennessee, we have to make it very clear across the country. And why is this so possible to do right now? No, it wasn't easy when I first started in politics to have a grassroots organization in Wisconsin and connect up with people in Alaska. But you can do it now very easily because of the Internet, because of some of the innovations in the Dean campaign. This is a unique time in American politics, and you're in the vanguard of the ability to do that. So, let's say we don't win every state. Obviously, we may not. But the energy that comes out of a state, let's say like Alabama, where I was down there recently, it spills over. It spills over into getting volunteers. It spills over into the Internet. It spills over into direct mail results. It all works together in a sort of a synergy that wins elections. So we've started with our organization. You started with yours. My first job will continue to be the great honor of serving the people of the state of Wisconsin. My other job, of course, is to be in Washington and fight these guys every single day. People ask me,